Hey everybody, welcome back to Stoner Girl Otaku. It's Anae here, and I'm back after dead ass a year, finally, with another Genres 101 video for you. My last video was horror, and now we're on to sci-fi. But before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, hey, hopefully by the end you subscribe and like. If you're one of my subscribers, what's up and what's good? Hopefully you rang that bell and that notified you to let you know this video was up. And if you didn't, ring that bell so you know. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media so you can catch my little free up the mini series, which is just my little hauls, unboxing, as well as other Pokemon cards, pulls, and unboxings I have. So with all that out the way, let's go ahead and get into my sci-fi video. So as I mentioned before, it's been like a year since I did one of these videos, and I did film one, but I went through some technical difficulties with production. My hard drive fell on the floor. My hard drive that had everything on it, my videos, my footage, my graphics, my photos, all that stuff. It fell on the floor and it broke. So that means all my footage is gone, and then what footage I did have wasn't my full original sci-fi video. So though I did pick a new genre at the end, I don't have part of that video. So that's why I'm here filming this new video on sci-fi for you guys. And that's part of the reason why I was late. The other part was I kind of was bullshitting, not gonna lie, not gonna front. It is what it is. But I'm here now and we're gonna get into this video. So let's start off with the basics. What is sci-fi? Sci-fi is basically a genre that has a heavy focus on the advancement of technology. So in other words, a lot of science, a lot of tech, a lot of futuristic elements. Some of the subgenres that are usually paired up with sci-fi are space and mecha. And mecha, just to give you a quick little context and background to it, mecha is basically like the big robots. So like Gundam, Darling in the Franxx, stuff like that with big robots and such. That's basically mecha, like duh. A couple of the other subgenres that are usually paired up with sci-fi is action, drama, and comedy. And that is really spoken true because the new show I watched, like per usual, every time I pick a new genre, I always do some research, as in like basic research, what the definition is. And of course the shows that I've watched, I use that history, and then I always pick one new show to watch for each genre. And this show I picked for this one was Cowboy Bebop. That's not new, it's actually older. It came out in 1998, so I found it really cool to watch because it was like nostalgic, and I haven't watched it before, so it wasn't as nostalgic, but it gave me the elements I needed for nostalgia. Now the demographic for sci-fi is usually males and teens, so like shonen and whatnot, like a lot of action filled stuff. It's usually PG-13, I assume, because of the humor and the type of comedy, and also because some of the action. So it's usually PG-13 and up. Seriously, it's usually PG-13 and up. So like I said, it gears towards males and teens because it's not really as romantic. It has a lot of like science and stuff. I like sci-fi anyway. Like I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I just like superheroes and stuff. Superhero stuff is kind of basically sci-fi. Like Marvel is basically sci-fi, if we're just gonna be honest. And I've always been a fan of sci-fi, so I was really excited to watch a new sci-fi anime and also to watch one that's older, but I just enjoy sci-fi. Some of the common shows that are in sci-fi are, of course, Cowboy Bebop, Dr. Stone, Steins Gate, which is a really good one. That was like my second choice to watch, but I really wanted to watch Cowboy Bebop instead because I heard a lot of great things about it and not so many good things about the live action. But usually if they make a live action about something, it tends to be good. Like the anime show itself tends to be good, so I thought Cowboy Bebop would be a good show to watch versus Steins Gate, but I will watch Steins Gate. So one of my good friends actually watched it and he really liked it, so I'll give Steins Gate a chance. Code Grace, I'll put the name up there. I don't know how to say it, and that's just, it is what it is. I will take that for what it is. Space Dandy, what is it? Psychopaths, Ghost in a Shell, Trigun, which is another classic. All those shows are actually sci-fi. So this sci-fi to me is a pretty popular genre in the first place. Like, it's very different from when I did horror, because horror is very popular, but I don't like horror, like I said. Don't forget to check that video out. And not for nothing, if I didn't make that video, I wouldn't have found my boy. So shout out to me making this channel and finding new things, and hopefully you guys find new things too. So I read in a lot of places that Promised Neverland is a sci-fi, where I could see that. I started watching Promised Neverland, and then the manga readers kind of ruined it for me. Not by spoiling it, they just basically told me the show didn't do it justice, and that kind of kills it for me. But I see how it might be sci-fi, but Promised Neverland is supposedly a sci-fi. So you can check that out if you want to check out a sci-fi anime. I would say it's kind of scary. Wouldn't say it's horror, but it's definitely scary a little bit. The concept, eating children. So Cowboy Bebop originally aired April 1998. Doesn't matter how old I was, but I was alive. But it released in 1998. Sunrise was the studio, and it is based on a manga. I didn't read the manga. I'm just gonna be real. I did not read it. So it is an adaptation of a manga. The author's name is Hajime Yatate. Hajime Yatate. That is who is the author of Cowboy Bebop, in case you want to read it. So, yes, I have a cheat sheet and I was reading it. It is what it is. You kind of have to for these informative type of segments and stuff. So, it's different from my haul videos. All my haul videos, my stuff's right here. When it's these informative, so I need papers and whatnot. Anyway. So, for my little synopsis, that's not spoilery, because I'm trying not to do that for these videos. I'm just trying to give a broad review of what the show is. But Cowboy Bebop, as I wrote it on this paper, this is what I wrote. It's an adventure of a space cowboy with a dark past that always comes back to haunt him, especially after forming his family of misfits and outlaws. If that's not a broad, like, summary. If that's not a broad summary of Cowboy Bebop, I don't know what it is, because that's literally what it is. I enjoyed Cowboy Bebop because not only was it sci-fi, but it was a Western, and I love me a good Western. Especially because I've been watching 1883 and 1923. Giving me everything I need. Haven't watched Yellowstone yet, don't ruin it. But I love me a good Western. I love me some Clint Eastwood, and I love me some John Wayne. Not as much now in 2023, but I love me some John Wayne movies. El Dorado, favorite one. Anyway, Cowboy Bebop is literally, like I said, about a space cowboy in 2071. Getting close to it. So it's set in the future. That's another element of sci-fi that I've noticed. It usually takes place like in the future, and the world's destroyed. Everybody's in space. Everybody lives in outer space now. So space is a huge subgenre of sci-fi across the board, period. Whether it be anime, regular American shit, or not. So it takes place in space in 2071, on Earth but in space. Basically, Spike's a cowboy. Spike, Jet, Faye's an outlaw. Jet is like a cyborg, another element of sci-fi, cyborg people. We got Ed, who's like the genius super hacker kid. And of course, we got the lovable companion, N, the dog, the corgi, adorable. Shoot a picture of him. Hello. Every one of the characters, cool as shit. I love me a good 90s anime because the drip is always fire. It's always fire. Faye's obviously one of the OG bad bitches. OG waifus. She's amazing. And she's a freaking finesser. She's a city girl. Spike is the main character. Of course, like I said, he's a cowboy. All cowboys have dark pasts that always seem to haunt them, and they always gotta use some vengeance and good old redemption. What can I say? That's what Cowboy Bebop's about. I really suggest you watch it. It's amazing. Literally space cowboys. A space western with an anime, and you know anime is good for a good vengeful story with some redemption and funny humor in between, because Cowboy Bebop is hilarious. It really is. It's like hilarious. It's a great show. Definitely recommend you should watch it. It gave me everything I needed for sci-fi. Like I said, cyborgs, outer space, in the future. It gave me everything I needed for western, guns, duels, good old music, saloons. So if you like any of that, definitely watch Cowboy Bebop. So that's pretty much it for like my Cowboy Bebop review summary. New show I watched that was Sci-Fi. I think it's safe to say I enjoy sci-fi, so of course I'm gonna recommend you watch any sci-fi anime if you enjoy sci-fi. And if you just like sci-fi, definitely just give it a chance if you don't like anime. And if you like anime, try sci-fi out. It still gives you all the elements you need. So, like I mentioned, Cowboy Bebop was the latest show I watched. I thoroughly enjoyed it and definitely recommend it. Some of the other shows that I mentioned before that I watched that are sci-fi, Dr. Stone, that's another one where I read and or read, because I haven't read in a while, the manga, and I read it before the anime started, and of course I enjoyed it. It was a great adaptation of it, and like I said, it's science. And the fiction is the world's not over, and it's kind of in the future, if we're being honest. Darling in the Franxx is another one. I didn't watch that one saying, oh my god, it's sci-fi. I watched it because it's amazing. And hello, Mencha, which I said was an element. And the story is so good. Watch Darling in the Franxx if you haven't watched it. I really, really enjoyed that show. Though I haven't seen all the shows that I mentioned that are sci-fi animes, I definitely would give them a shot. Like, because, duh, sci-fi. So that being said, do I like the genre? Yes. I already liked it before. I like sci-fi. Would I recommend it? Duh. Because I like it. Why do I like it? Like I said, I enjoy sci-fi. I do like a good story. I love a good outer space. I used to really enjoy science when I was a kid, so I enjoy sci-fi. And of course, like I said, I fucking love Star Wars, Star Trek, and whatnot, so animate that shit. And sci-fi anime, like I said, is usually very solid on the anime. I haven't seen one that's not good, but like I said, I haven't really been keeping track of all the sci-fi animes I've seen. I mentioned a few earlier. There we go. That's that. So, and I think a lot of this stuff, might I say, a lot of these genres and stuff kind of sort of is really subjective and it's up for debate, but there are just certain solid elements that just qualify these things as what they are. Like I said, heavy technology and the advancement of technology in space, robots, cyborgs, etc. Heavy on the science, not just like how Dragon Ball Z does it. Oh, they're androids. They go way more into it, way more detail into it. So that's what I have for sci-fi. Alright, so Alright, so now that we got sci-fi all squared away, this is usually the part in the video where I pick from the Now Pokeball because I broke my Triwizard Cup. I don't want to talk about it. It has a home, it's safe. But it's usually the part at the end of the video where I pick a new genre out the Pokeball. We've already done, I think it was 3. And like I said, I previously recorded a sci-fi video and the footage got destroyed. So I did pick a genre at the end of the video. I'll probably cut to it. So I picked magic out of here, which another genre I'm really excited about because I like magic too. And I don't have Hogwarts Legacy yet. We stand Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw. But can't wait to get Hogwarts Legacy in April. Because I don't have a PlayStation 5 or a Series X or S. Doesn't matter. I'm excited. It's magic. I already started doing some research on it and getting some paperwork and stuff together. So that video will be coming soon because I already started redoing all my stuff. This will be my first video since my hard drive got destroyed. So I'm excited. Alright, you guys, so that's the end of my video. Hopefully you guys like, subscribe. I really hope you enjoy this video because I really am trying to add some more content and make more content that kind of shows my personality a little bit. And just this is more than me showing off my Funko Pops and Pokemon cards, right? We start this on anime. Let's keep it on anime. Hopefully I'll have some more videos coming to you. I'm rebuilding all of my stuff that was on my hard drive. So of course ring that bell so you're notified when everything comes. Hopefully you guys like and share this video, and you guys are checking out my shorts, and of course are checking out my little mini re-up series on my social media, so follow me. I think that's it. Alright, you guys, have a great day, and until next time.